Silence reigns supreme. Gradually the sun lifts the mantle of darkness. In its golden light, the grand Mahavihar, with its lofty turrets and buildings, appear almost ethereal. The place once throbbed with life. Its corridors reverberated with eager voices engrossed in the pursuit of knowledge. This is Nalanda, the world famous and the most renowned university of ancient India. The monastic university was an architectural marvel, which comprised of 6 colleges, 8 multi-storied vihars, 5 large temples, and 3 well-stocked libraries. Nalanda was a great center of Buddhist learning. A long chain of its acharyas or teachers contributed to the growth of Buddhist thought. Nalanda also excelled in secular studies such as astronomy, medicine, metallurgy, fine arts and grammar, and therefore it attracted a wide array of students from different parts of the civilized world. Nalanda is the very embodiment of the rich cultural and philosophical heritage of India. As per available records, Nalanda witnessed a continuity of almost 700 years between the 5th and the 12th century AD. But impermanence is a universal law. Anything that comes into existence must wither away. So also was the fact with this great center of higher learning. But it is the irony of history that so complete was the onslaught of time that even the very name of Nalanda was wiped off from the memories of the natives of the place. It was the travelogue written by Xuan Zang, a Chinese monk who visited Nalanda in the 7th century AD and stayed here for 6 years, 5 years as a student and 1 year as a teacher, based on which the ruins of village Badgam were identified in 1861 with Nalanda, the ancient seat of learning. Not only the identification, but a major source of information on Nalanda can be gathered only through the detailed description of the place given by Xuan Zang. His writings have made a valuable contribution to historical research in India. Without Xuan Zang's accounts, Nalanda would have remained buried in the dust of time, and the human civilization would have lost an important chapter of its history. A magnificent memorial has been erected at the very soil of Nalanda as a mark of respect to the Tibetan master, Venerable Xuan Zang, and as a token of gratitude for his valuable contribution. The memorial reinforces thousands of years of friendship, cooperation, and cultural exchange between the two great civilizations of the East. The memorial has an imposing presence and adds a new dimension to cultural tourism in the area. In the night, it looks even more enchanting. This memorial is a fusion of Indian and Chinese art. The beautiful blend is not only a marvelous work of art, but it also tells the story of Xuan Zang, his travels, and the legends that grew around it. Special attention has been paid to his life at Nalanda and his unique contribution to the literature of the teachings of the Buddha through an exhibition of paintings. An autobiographical relief in wood and copper finish, created in 2 parts, on the pattern of the similar work, displayed at the Wild Goose Pagoda in China, at Xi'an, is one of the hallmarks of the memorial complex. The molded bronze statue of seated Xuan Zang has a unique spiritual aura. The roof of the hall has been decorated in the most beautiful manner, using paintings that are replicas of the wall paintings of the famous Ajanta caves. Through the visual exhibits, one can go back into the times of Xuan Zang. Xuan Zang belongs to a galaxy of world citizens whose great mission was to interpret and propagate the sublime teachings of the Buddha for the good of mankind. He undertook an arduous journey alone in the 7th century AD, traveling thousands of miles to come to India to learn the true essence of the teachings of the Buddha. It was a quest for the truth and for the supreme law, in which he had a strong belief. To him, the teachings of the Buddha meant a system of progressive social thought, of significance to every living being. There was something that always attracted Xuan Zang towards India, and that was Nalanda. The reason for this was the glory of Nalanda and its high standards, coupled with the knowledge of its teachers, who were deeply respected in the entire Buddhist world. At Nalanda, Xuan Zang was spellbound in his first interaction with the great Acharya, Shilbhadra. Shilbhadra, who was an authority on the Yoga Shastra, was regarded as the chief member of the community. Xuan Zang learned from him the principles of Yoga Shastra. Xuan Zang's pilgrimage proved to be a fruitful period of learning. Apart from being a devout monk, he left behind a fascinating and authentic account of India's history, geography, economy, and society of that time. He returned back to China fully satisfied with 657 volumes of sacred texts and a number of statues of the Buddha. He is supposed to have spent 17 years on his round trip. Xuan Zang made a valuable contribution to the literature of the teachings of the Buddha. He spent his final years translating, interpreting, and instructing his fellow monks. His translated works, totaling 75 titles and 1335 volumes, are considered masterpieces even today. Deeply respected for his work, this great being was a remarkable exponent of the Buddha to millions in Asia. The heroics of this great being, his pilgrimage journey, and his valuable contribution have become a sublime milestone in history of Buddhism. He is famous not only in India and China, but the world at large. The coming of Xuan Zang to India was a turning point in the India-China relations in the 7th century AD. Another important chapter of history was written on February the 12th, 2007, when the magnificent Xuan Zang Memorial at Nalanda was opened to the people of the world at a grand ceremony. A large contingent of officials and religious personalities had specially come from China to be a part of this important ceremony. The day started with the traditional welcome of the dignitaries from India and China. The Nalanda Mahavihar and the Indian Ministry of Culture had made elaborate and foolproof arrangements for the day. The Peace Bell Pavilion was the first to be inaugurated. The dignitaries and the religious personalities then paid homage to the beautiful life-size bronze statue of Venerable Xuan Zang in the front lawns of the memorial. The beautiful hall, which is the central point of the grand memorial, was open to the people of the world in a unique way. The body relic of Venerable Xuan Zang, gifted by China in 1957, was also displayed inside the memorial hall for this important occasion. As the holy chants of the monks from China and India started inside the hall, one could feel the positive energy radiating all around. It was a unique experience to be a part of such an important moment. It was a rare occasion to see such a large gathering of dignitaries and religious personalities who had come together on a common platform for a great cause. That too during the 2550th Mahaparinirvan year of the Buddha.
It is now a matter of great pleasure that the memorial has been completed in all respects and is being opened to public during the commemoration of the 2550 years of the Mahaparinirvan of Lord Buddha. On behalf of Government of India, I would like to acknowledge the significant contribution made by the Government of China in setting up this memorial. Thank you all very much for helping in bringing the memorial to its present form and grandeur.
In the new centuries, traditional friendship between our countries has gained new vitality, culminating in a series of colorful celebrations launched by our two governments in the year 2006, in the year of China-India friendship. Now the new splendor to year of China-India friendship will certainly add new impetus to cultural and religious exchanges between China and India. Chinese President Hu Jintao paid a successful visit to India last November, during which leaders of the two countries declared 2007, the year of China-India friendship through tourism, the day of tomorrow, we will hold the opening ceremony of the year of China-India friendship through tourism in New Delhi. China will work closely with India to see to it that friendship and cooperation between our countries will be further deepened and widened.
This moment will go down in the history and will always remind us of the great contribution of Xuan Zang, who laid the foundation of the cultural exchange and friendship between two great nations, China and India. I am sure that the memories of the great historical day not only remembered by all of us who are present here, but by the people of the two respective countries.
The day marked the beginning of a new chapter of India-China friendship, cooperation and cultural exchange, of which Xuan Zang was an important catalyst. What a great occasion this had turned out to be. The day will always bring back fond memories and will be remembered as an important day of history by the people of the two countries. This magnificent memorial that stands at the very soil of Nalanda in all its majesty is a befitting tribute to Venerable Xuan Zang. The grand memorial will always remind the world of the valuable contribution of this great being and inspire them to follow the path of the Buddha, propagation of which was the main aim of the life of the Tripitak Master, Venerable Xuan Zang.